When you're a gay kid, being yourself may mean rejection, bullying, abandonment, and your nervous system adjusts. You learn strategies to survive, and often those strategies develop from a place of shame. The problem is that those shame strategies often stay with us into adulthood and long after they are actually needed. In therapy, I call these survival strategies. They're not flaws, they're adaptations to help you stay safe, connected, and to navigate really painful and sometimes impossible situations. Hi, I'm Josh. I'm a licensed mental health therapist in Florida, Vermont, and Delaware, and I help gay men in their relationships navigate shame. So let's talk more about these survival strategies. In my previous video, What is Shame? I go into this in depth, but for now, this is what you need to know. 1, every child has psychological needs around connection, belonging, individuality. And 2, if those psychological needs are deemed a threat to our caregiver, then our nervous system adapts. So children learn to choose attachment over authenticity. So your nervous system is faced with this really challenging dilemma. What do I need to do to stay loved and connected? The answer for many gay kids is not be yourself, to make yourself small, to be funny, to be likable, to be helpful, or to be the best. Here are some common survival strategies I see a lot in gay men. The first one is the performer. You have to be funny, charming, keep people entertained, be the life of the party. You have to do whatever you need to do to keep people connected with you, even if it's at your own expense. The thought and the belief is that if people are laughing, if people like me, I'm not going to be rejected. But as an adult, this starts taking a toll. We don't know who we are. We really struggle finding a sense of belonging that's not based on other people's approval. There's often this feeling of being unseen and this fear that if people truly knew who I was, they wouldn't like me. I have to keep them happy, keep them entertained. I have to keep them liking me. Because if not, I'm going to be rejected. This is incredibly exhausting, and you reach a point where you just can't keep it up anymore. The second survival strategy I call the perfectionist or the high achiever. This is very common in successful gay men. These are the doctors, the lawyers, the entrepreneurs, the gays that just don't rest and they just keep on doing and achieving. So on the outside, they look perfect and they work really hard to have it all, and they probably look good doing it. But on the inside, it feels empty, hollow, and they feel like there's something missing. The belief is that if I'm exceptional, if I'm smart, if I am high achieving, if I can do all these things, I'm not going to be rejected. I'm going to be needed. But as an adult, this feels like burnout. It feels like you're never doing enough. Nothing is ever good enough. And you need external validation for your worth. This ultimately feels really lonely because I see a lot of times people will put tasks and achievement over the relationships that they have in their life. The third one I talk about is the pleaser and the caretaker. So the strategy here is that I'm going to take care of everyone else, avoid my own wants and needs, avoid conflict, and be super agreeable. So the belief is that if I take care of everyone else, I'll be safe. And hopefully they'll take care of me. So as an adult, we don't have the ability to set boundaries and limits with people. We often are super resentful because we keep doing everything for everyone else and we just feel empty and burnt out. There's also no awareness of what our own wants and needs are. And we often get lost in relationships. Fourth one, I call the disconnector. You're probably very familiar with the disconnector. This is the person that will be emotionally detached, avoid vulnerability. They'll either turn inward or they will push people away through judgments and criticisms. They see vulnerability and relationships as a sense of weakness. They ultimately believe that they don't need people and that if they don't need people, then they won't get hurt. You'll typically reject other people before you can be rejected because there's safety in that. They feel that they will never have a sense of belonging because it's just too threatening to engage with other people. Also, this leads to no potential for long-term relationships. So it's also very lonely. The last one I call the self-critic. And this is where you are your own worst enemy. You beat yourself up, you criticize yourself, you can't do anything right, you're filled with self-doubt, and that prevents you from creating a life that you want for yourself. So the belief is that if I beat myself up, if I criticize myself first, then no one else will. Or if they do, then it won't hurt as bad. But if this is the way that we've adapted and survived, we are constantly in a place of shame. We feel defective, we feel like a burden, and we feel like we're never worthy of love. Some of these maybe all of them ring true for you in varying degrees. Once we're able to recognize these strategies for what they are, we can choose to change them. And these strategies were once brilliant adaptations that have a lot of wisdom in them, even though they're keeping us miserable. So in therapy, we want to be able to be curious to why they're coming up. How are they serving me still? Or how did they serve me once? And we can look at them through compassion rather than judgment, shame, criticism. Even though they feel probably intolerable now, they help you stay connected, helps you survive school, helps you survive bullying, help protect you from a family system that may not have loved you or accepted you, and helps you navigate a really heteronormative world. When clients are able to recognize these for what they are, I always encourage them that they exist because they worked. It's not because you're flawed or broken, but now that you recognize them as a strategy that's not serving you anymore, you can do something with it. The problem isn't that we developed the strategy. The problem is that they're automatic responses. And many of us haven't given ourselves the opportunity to look at them or be curious to them. We just meet them with judgment and shame. For so many gay men, I see them put so much pressure on themselves to heal. They criticize themselves, they shame themselves, they punish themselves, and they think that is going to propel them forward. Healing is about becoming aware of these strategies that once protected you, being able to slow down, be curious, recognize what purpose they served you, and maybe what need was underneath that wasn't being met as a kid. This might be letting yourself be seen, expressing your wants and needs, being able to tolerate connection and intimacy, letting yourself feel emotions, letting yourself be human. It's giving your nervous system a chance to integrate something new. So if you're a gay man and you are wondering why relationships feel so hard, why you push people away, why success doesn't feel good enough, there's probably a chance that these survival strategies are playing a role. These patterns are not a sign that you're broken and flawed. It's a sign that your nervous system was really creative in keeping you protected and safe. Therapy, especially approaches like neuroaffective relationship model, NARM, the therapy that I do, can help you understand these strategies with compassion and start reconnecting with parts of yourself that your nervous system disconnected from. If this resonated with you, I make videos about shame, relationships, complex trauma, and emotional healing for gay men and their relationships. I would really encourage you to subscribe so we can keep having more conversations like this. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. And once again, like, subscribe, comment if you have something that you want to share.